Alright y'all, welcome back to another Tomags golf video. On this video, we're doing the Trackman Combine again. This is attempt number 4. The number to beat is 80.3. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps the channel out and trying to grow and get this thing popping for me. So we're starting here at the 60 yards. Use the lob wedge like I normally do, the 64 degree. These first couple swings, right off the bat, this was the first thing I did when I got to the simulator. I warmed up for a bit, and then I went right into this Trackman Combine just to be kind of fresh. I figured just get off on a good start here. Last time I did this, I ripped drivers for a good probably half hour or so. So I wanted to come into this thing fresh. The 60 degrees ended up being pretty good. The 70 yards, I ended up hitting the lob wedge and just hitting it full and hit them pretty decent as well. You can see the 80 yards is where I started kind of struggling a little bit. You see the scores going down like 74, 73. I didn't hit these ones particularly that good. You'll see at the end of the video, I put up all the numbers on, what I was above average in, what I was below average in, and what I was pretty much right at average. A couple of these, I had the lefts going on here. For the 90 and 100s, I was pulling them left a little bit, but not too bad. This bay, I wasn't really a fan of this bay. I don't know if you could really tell from the video, but if you look down, when you put the ball down on the mat, it kind of dips down a little bit. So I was trying to kind of put the ball in front of like where that dip was to try to get, kind of clean contact and whatnot. But the 100 yards, always my bread and butter. I hit these pretty good. You'll see that last one I think was 5 feet. This one here, let's see, 6 feet. So you already know I'm dialing those in. The 120 was pretty good too. That's that number that I love, anywhere between 100 and 120. I have a really good feeling I'm going to get that thing inside 10 feet, whether it's on the course. And this thing, since it's a perfect lie, hitting off turf, your contact's going to be real good. I feel like I'm going to hit that good as well. This 140 ended up being okay. I was hitting that same shot, but this is where I started pulling it left. It was getting a little frustrating because the number, after hitting the 60, 70, 90, 100, 120, I was hitting it pretty good. As you can see here, I started changing the screen around because I felt like it wasn't aiming correctly. I took a tee right there, and what you could do is go back to the computer and kind of line it up where you want to hit it. So I ended up putting a little tee there, so I had like kind of a better reference point to hit into, because I felt like the thing was making me pull it left because of the aiming. The aiming was off a little bit, but now when you start here, it starts getting even worse. I mean, I feel like I'm hitting a straight shot, and you can see it's just, it's looking pretty left, almost every single shot. So as soon as I got up to these high irons, the 9 iron, the 8 iron was the 160 shot, and then this 180 was the 6 iron. Just, a nice smooth one. They killed me in this. See the score dropping down 73. I would hit a good one occasionally every now and then, but look at that. I think that last one was 34 feet. I mean, that's unacceptable for 180 yards. And then the driver is the same thing. I felt like I was putting kind of a cut swing on these, and it just said that the ball was going left, which typically is not a miss of mine with the driver. I do pull it occasionally, but I was not putting a draw swing on this. So again, I just tried to switch it back, as I was going back to these shorter distances to start it over again. I switched it back to what it was. I moved that arrow a little bit more left, and again, these wedges, it's hard to tell because the wedges are usually a strong point. So the 60 yards, these are pretty good. I already know it's going to be a 3/4 lob wedge. The 70 is going to be a full 64 degree. So I hit it there. I was having a little bit of issues because with how high it goes, it was bouncing off this net up top and kind of the ball was shooting backwards. So, but it didn't really, affect it too much. So I was right around average with 70 yards. Again, you'll see the scores at the end of the video. But 80 yards, this is where I took that gap wedge and just kind of knocked it down a little bit. This is definitely a feel shot. This is where, you know, the 70 and 80 yard shot. 70 is like around average and 80 is just below average. And I was talking in an earlier video about getting a 58 degree. And I think I'm definitely going to do that because this is just the number that I'm struggling with. I feel like a 80 yard shot will be that 9 o'clock 58 degree. You know, it should be about 75, 80 yards. But, you know, we'll see. Once I get up to the 90, I already know it's like a 9 o'clock gap wedge, but just swing a little bit less than the 100 yard, I guess you could call it, energy coming through the ball. So here's the 100 yard shots. You know, just pretty stock, standard, hitting it pretty good. What is it, 5 feet there? Let's see what this next shot is. All right, that wasn't that good. 16 feet. But I think 16 feet might have been almost like my worst shot that I hit of this whole session with that 100 yards. So I definitely wasn't that disappointed. 13. So, and then, you know, get to the pitching wedge, kind of the same shot, just a nice little feel. But again, I pulled that one really bad. You know, 24 feet again is like pretty unacceptable when you have a wedge in your hand. You know, that's something that also I could work on mentally because I have to set a realistic bar for myself. I can't expect myself to get it inside 10 feet every single time in between 100, 90 to 120 yards, but it is what it is. Then this 140 took the 9-iron, and this is again where I just started struggling really bad and just pulling it left. The score reflects, 75 right there, 75.5. Not hitting it the best again. But this is, I was really grinding right here. So I'm like, all right, my swing is definitely off. What adjustments can I make to try to get this score up and to get the, to start swinging it better? And I started getting the idea to hit a cut in my head right here. That one was really bad, 47. But again, I don't know if it's the bay here or if it was a swing. I mean, it's hard to tell because I was definitely putting cut spin on this, and it was telling me that I was hitting it left. That one just kind of looked like a pull. We'll see if it went. Yeah, it went left pretty bad. You could tell obviously with the swing, if the ball is aiming a little bit left of, say, like where the 0 is on the 180, then it's going to be left. But and then the final shot here, I thought, again, I remember this shot specifically thinking that I hit a perfect one, and it was 15 feet. So I can't remember what the carry was on that. Let's see, 176. So it wasn't too bad. Oh no, this was the last one. So 176, it wasn't that bad. But and then drivers, I'm just like, you know what, grip it and rip it. 76, so if I get it, hit 3 decent ones here, maybe it'll bring the score up a little bit. The first one wasn't too bad. It was pretty, it brought it up. I think it looked like about 0.8 or so. And then we got 77.8. And then this last one, again, this was probably, I felt like the worst one of all of them. But 78.3 was the final score. Here's what I was talking about with the averages. So I was above average on 60 yards, 90, 100, and 120. Right around average on 70 yards. And then below on 80, 160, 180 in drivers. So, we'll work on that. At least we know what to work on for next time we go there. But please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. It really helps me grow the channel. I appreciate it. And thank you, and have a good rest of the day.